ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः. We'll continue reading chapter 10, How to Control the Mind. Serving the holy name is the same. Chanting a fixed number of rounds is an external manifestation of a desire to express love for Krishna. If we want to deepen the significance of our gesture, we have to bring Krishna and our Nama Seva together. Krishna tells us to be fully conscious of Him in whatever we do. Fully conscious of me means that we approach Him as servants performing seva. Chanting or anything else we do is not our work or even our devotion, it is our devotional service. The external gesture of our internal desire to please Him. If we want to find depth, we have to surrender to our service. Neglecting the mind in order to serve. Neglecting the mind in order to become absorbed in seva was how Srila Prabhupada and his own Guru Maharaj trained their disciples. Srila Prabhupada wanted everyone to be engaged and he considered the idle mind a devil's workshop. He kept us busy. In a similar mood and in regard to book distribution, Srila Prabhupada gave his Western disciples the perfect mantra, double it. No matter how many books were distributed, the next year the amount was to be doubled and doubled again the year after that. This mantra is applicable in other areas of service. But Srila Prabhupada did not want us to make this increase while leaving Krishna out of the equation. We were to double it for him. Therefore, whatever our service, we should not let it become our work or simply the source of our maintenance. Regardless of our position in life, we should offer our endeavor to Guru and Krishna. Aspire to give them pleasure. Devotion has to enter deeply into the consciousness. For this to occur, we must neglect and become disobedient to our ever shifting, always grasping, forever lamenting materialistic mind. Nothing other than devotion to Krishna will satisfy us. End of chapter 10. We'll go to chapter 11. The seventh key, humility. The first verse of the Sikshastaka glorifies the holy name and describes the results of chanting, especially mentioning the holy name's ability to conquer the material energy, which is otherwise unconquerable. In the second verse, however, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu explains that although Krishna has kindly filled his many holy names with his full Shakti, we fail to get the seven effects of chanting mentioned in the first verse. This is because of our anarthas, especially the offenses we commit. We hear this and we are sincere, so we work on our anarthas. We realize that they prohibit us from seeing Krishna. Our anarthas and aparadhs pull us away over and over again from simply listening to Krishna's name. Our efforts should lead to perfect chanting and on ecstasy. One would expect then that the Sikshastaka's third verse would describe the ecstatic symptoms one attains after imbibing the knowledge of the first two verses. But no, the third verse describes a humble condition. After hearing everything we have heard, and after recognizing our condition and what we want do to improve it. Janiya Shunya Bishakhaino. Still we drink poison, still we remain attached to the material world and its sense objects, and still we remain afraid of giving ourselves to holy name of Krishna. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu speaks the third verse of the Sikshastaka to teach us the essence of the devotional process. After we develop faith in the holy names, we gather our knowledge and intelligence, and on the strength of our faith, try to concentrate while we chant. Doesn't take long to notice that our strength and intelligence are insufficient. Our high estimation of ourselves as capable and sincere Estimations based on false ego are unable to help. The mind, which works endlessly to protect our false sense of self, cannot help either. Instead, we find that when we sincerely try to chant and to perform devotional service for the pleasure of Krishna and the Vaishnavas, the first result is not ecstasy but humility. The Chaitanya Mahaprabhu therefore writes, Trinadapi Sunichena Taroropi Sahishnu Namani Namanadena Kirtaniya Shadahari. One who thinks himself lower than the grass, who is more tolerant than a tree, and who does not expect personal honor but is always prepared to give all respect to others, can very easily always chant the holy name of the Lord. Actually, humiliation seems to come even before humility. If I compare the sankalpas I made with what I actually did and results of that, the truth becomes clear. My determined effort to advance in Krishna consciousness, renouncing once and for all my anarthas, my offenses, and the petty material desires that have invaded my consciousness has not been successful. I become painfully aware of my incapacity, overcome by things unrelated to Krishna, things I have chosen to indulge in. I now find myself embarrassed. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu prescribes humility as the path to pure chanting, for it will in time be followed by full dependence on Krishna. Humility is the natural result of the sincere desire to advance in Krishna consciousness. It's easy for those who are not serious about advancement to think that they are advancing quickly. They may even wonder why so many devotees struggle when Krishna consciousness is obvious, natural, and easy. These young souls conceive of devotional service as a series of activities rather than a full surrendering of the heart. Stop here. To summarize what we uh, read today, it's mentioned that devotional service is the essence, is the external gesture of our internal desire to please Krishna. We have to be fully Krishna conscious, not like 50% Krishna conscious and 50% Maya conscious. Devotion has to enter deeply into the consciousness. To achieve this, we have to be disobedient to our materialistic mind. And then in chapter 11, we see the seven keys mentioned the humility. Sikshastaka verse 1 glorifies the holy name and describes the results of chanting. Verse 2, it's mentioned because of our anarthas, offenses we commit, we fail to get the effects of the effects of chanting the holy name. And then verse 3 about humility. What should be the nature of a devotee while chanting the holy name? Trinadapi Shunichena Tarorapi Sahisranamani Namanadena Kirtaniya Sadahari. This should be our mood while chanting. So, humility is the key to pure chanting. But how to develop humility? So, when we have a desire to serve Krishna and we have a desire to advance in Krishna consciousness, humility comes automatically. Tolerance is a very important Vaishnava quality, and lacking it is a sign of like flourishing false ego. So, like when we see someone criticizes us or did not behave the way we wanted them um to behave with us, we feel very like angry or ashamed and try to do like we call it like tit for tat. Actually, sometimes tit for tat can be misunderstood. So let's say we are like behaving nicely with others, but they are not, and they are trying to hurt knowingly, unknowingly. And it is like, and we feel like it's affecting our consciousness, then we should maintain respectful distance as we have to protect our bhakti lata. So humble, respectful distance is not a tit for tat. And then actually tolerance, it's mentioned like the six Ashtaka verse 3 is very, very important for us. Like Trunadapi Sunichena Tarorapi Sahisnuna. Tolerance is a very, very important Vaishnava quality. We should not take advantage of that. Like if someone is like tolerating us, we should not take advantage of their tolerance. That's called Vaishnava Prad. The more offenses we do, we'll go far away from Krishna and we'll never taste the sweetness and will never know the power of the holy name. We have heard many times like devotees say we're chanting like since last 15 years, 10 years, like that, but we have no realization of the holy name, we're just like chanting like a mechanical process. It's all because of the offenses. So when before doing something, we have to first think that we we have to consider that Krishna is the master. I'm just a servant. So servant's job is to serve, not to expect for any kind of puja pratishtha. Sometimes we do seva, but we have something there in the somewhere in our mind or heart that okay, if I'll do this one, I'll be famous, or people will see like how good I am in this seva. That puja pratishtha should not be there in our mind. Like devotees should always keep Krishna as center, and that humility, because of that humility, we have to when we'll consider ourselves a servant will never expect any kind of popularity for themselves. So Krishna will be in the center. Sometimes we do seva, but we forget to for whom we are doing the seva. The three things, like Krishna is the like who gets our seva. We are like the servants, and what we do is called seva. It's mentioned like devotional service. It's not a work or devotion, but devotional service. So yesterday I was like listening one like Nitai Sevani Mataji's class, where she mentioned like Srila Prabhupada, we all know like Srila Prabhupada loves kachoris. So one day one devotee prepared kachori for Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada had some, and he asked the devotee to keep some kachoris for the next day morning. Then one Prabhu told one Mataji that Mataji, can you please keep those kachoris for Srila Prabhupada for tomorrow morning? So she said, Prabhu, so many people are coming and going to kitchen. I cannot take care of the kachoris. So next day morning, when Srila Prabhupada asked for the kachoris, there are not no kachoris are there in the kitchen. So so that Prabhu asked the Mataji, where are the kachoris? She said, Prabhu, I don't know. Maybe somebody take. Then say that Prabhu asked Mataji that what I should tell to Prabhupada, that Mataji told, tell Prabhupada that the cat ate the kachori. So the Prabhu told that devotee told to Prabhupada, Prabhupada, one cat ate all the kachori. So Prabhupada told, who told the cat ate kachoris? That person only ate all the kachoris. So that Prabhu came back to the Mataji and told Prabhupada, said, the who is telling cat ate all the kachoris, that person only ate all the kachoris. So that Mataji should take it as kind of like insult, But what that Mataji she did, she said, okay, it's only the matter of Prabhupada wants kachoris, so let me make fresh kachoris for him so Prabhupada can eat kachori. So like everything got solved there. Like it's the for devotees, they should forget and forgive. If we don't make issues of small things, that will be easy to progress, in our devotional service. We should not take like, okay, someone is saying something, someone is criticizing us. Okay, we have to like forget, forgive, and move forward. That otherwise, if we take things very seriously, make issue of small things, always complain, that will take us away from Krishna. That will not, that time we forget that what is our real purpose. Our real purpose is to achieve Krishna. We forget that thing, that will take us away from Krishna. So humility or humbleness is a tolerance is a very Vaishnava like Vaishnava qualities. Yeah, that's what my understanding is from